putting in work for some time. He's been around the some of the golden times, the golden essence of hip hop. Even in the transitions of the fame of hip hop, how the acclaim of some of our greats and artists were, he was there. He had front row seat. I would say front stage. And I'm not putting no pun, and that's a double pun to that if y'all follow the last video. But I want to give a round of applause to the brother, Mr.Serv-On. Let's bring him to the stage. My brother, how you doing?
What's up? You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
How you doing today, man?
Oh man, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. First and foremost, I want to take this time to give you, congratulate you on actually giving us this moment, this epic moment, and being part of that epic moment in the verses between No Limit and Cash Money. I think that was long overdue. That was a must.
Yeah.
How was that moment to be and see like a moment in hip hop take that stance?
Hip hop has taken its turn over the years, and I think a lot of moments in hip hop have kind of been taken away from what hip hop was really created for, you know, and so that battle was what hip hop really was about. You come up from up there in the NY where
Yes, sir.
you get on that corner or you're on that train and I kick my freestyle, you kick your freestyle. I kick mine, you kick yours.
That's right.
And that was the golden age of what hip hop really where it started. And I think to have it in that setting, and if you know the history of both labels, God was with us that we never had violence between those
Yes.
labels when it could have, and some would say it should have, and to be able to look over to them no matter what people thought, we never had beef. The bosses, they had their issues, right?
Yeah.
But to look over and see your guys, and you've always been competitive because we were out there first, and you let the world tell it they came and took it from us, which nah. But you know and it's always been, it was never us saying we were the better label. We always been humble, but they stunners, they like talking about that. So to have that, to be face to face, you know what I'm saying, and let the world judge, it was a beautiful thing because I love New Orleans like I love my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I've got into fights about New Orleans, and will still do to this day. You know what I'm saying? But to see all of New Orleans, the whole world stop for New Orleans, and it wasn't about murder, being the murder capital, or Mardi Gras, or drugs. You know what I'm saying? Or corruption. It was about the one thing me and you love: music,
Music.
rap, hip hop. And it was beautiful, man, to look over there and see we all from uptown New Orleans, and that means something. In New Orleans, you got, in your neck of the woods, Brooklyn, Queens, you know what I'm saying? Harlem, New Orleans, uptown New Orleans is like Harlem, you
Gotcha.
know. And so you proud of that, and to look over there and see for one night, uptown New Orleans was the mainstay in the world to the point of 200 million viewers watched it.
200 million, yo.
We talking about 200 million people watched basically a rap concert, a rap battle, where it came back to the essence. You couldn't beat that, man.
Straight up.
If you ever dreamed of saying, I want the world to see me and hear me, we did
Voila.
that. We
Y'all
did
did
that.
that. Y'all did.
Because it go back to the dreams. You know that. We all start with a dream. Deals and money come in, beef and all that craziness. But for one night, it wasn't about who had the most money, who had the most guns, who was the toughest. It was about the pure thing me and you love, the essence
The
of
S's.
rap. That's it. The
That's it.
pureness of rap. Your best verse, your best 16, 12 balls, 12, 16 balls against mine.
And let's feed the people. Let's feed the people.
Yeah, and it was for the people, it was, and they needed to see that, and it was big for the South. It was huge for New Orleans because we get tired of being known as murder capital. Like right now, we're number two. You know what I'm saying? Sad to say, but for once it was like This about New Orleans music, and then this is about the South, who at one time they didn't want us in this game,
Yeah.
and the South gave you the biggest verses ever
Yeah, that was big.
up to this day.
That was
So
big. Now, was hitting the stage like after all this time going through the moment with No Limit and now being on that center stage with this energy, that feel, did it take you, was it a bigger feel from the first time or any time you was on tour? Was it the same feel? Like, how did that feel? Because as a viewer on the outside, it was so triumph.
it was gladiator like, because we knew we were in the arena. It was battle time. And we soldiers, and our motto coming up that people don't know about. See, they know about us once we got big. But our motto was always in a gladiator type way. So if we had a show, I'll say this real quick to get back to your question, just to give it a paraphrase
Mm-hmm.
phrase. You know, we had a show, we didn't go through the back and come on stage. We purposely went through the crowd to the stage when we first started. And we
Mm.
used to come through crowds talking about NOLIMIT. You know what I'm saying? To let you know we in your city. We not afraid of you. We coming through the crowd. You gonna move or we gonna fight. And that was our motto. And we get to the stage, and then our thing was to leave with more fans than what we had. And so when we took that stage, it was bittersweet because we knew we was there for business. We knew we was the underdog. Before leading in it, everybody was talking about Cash Money gonna
Cash
play.
Money.
They gonna do this. They gonna do even. I even exchanged words in a good way with Charlemagne the God and all of them, and Envy, because Envy was like DJ Envy on Breakfast Club. He was like, yeah, Cash Money all the way landslide. I say keep that energy. You understand what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? And so in New Orleans, of course, because Cash Money started there, they were like, oh, this gonna be a landslide because New Orleans know New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all need to leave New Orleans. Y'all need to understand who we really are. And then I think a lot of New Orleans got to see who we are because they never really saw it. And we were in full display. We wasn't like in New Orleans where we all stand in the back and P going through the stage and each one of us come out and perform. It was like the old days. You know what I'm saying? Where when P come on, No Limit Soldiers come on, we all come on.
Yeah.
So it's like if you got a problem with him, you got a problem with us. And so we put that front there. And it was bittersweet because when I was going on stage and I'm looking at this and I'm sitting there saying, C is not here.
Mm.
Corey Miller is not here, who's innocent. And if any, I would have wanted the world to see him and P. Their interaction on stage, like the way Busta Rhymes and all them used to be back in the days with you know what I'm saying, leaders of the new school, how they
Yeah.
how they interact on stage,
Yeah. That
how Wu
chemistry.
Tang interact on stage. You know, him and C, the way they interact is something to see. And I wanted that. I wanted the world to see them two. Them two be on step together. They on lyric to lyric together, and it was hurtful to know he wasn't there, and he's innocent. And then to know Mystical wasn't there, who is innocent. He's not. It's
Yeah.
it's like they were supposed to release him because all charges been dropped, and they're holding him
They
because he's
still.
in a racist city, man. It's in the South we still deal with Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? And so it was really because they were making every excuse in the world. You know, Wayne not gonna be there, Turk not gonna be there. We didn't make no excuses. We showed up,
You showed
and
up.
that's what soldiers do. Let's go. You gonna have to. Not being funny when I say this, a little drastic. We soldiers. You gonna have to kill us. That's it. You gonna have to put us to sleep.
We showing out
'Cause we gonna show
regardless.
up.
That's
We
it.
go. We gonna show up. And that's what hip hop is about. If somebody said, man, we freestyling on this corner in Brooklyn tonight,
You
you better show up.
you show
I
up.
don't I don't care who is there. You better show up or you can't do it no more, right or wrong.
That's right. Don't just show up or
So
shut up. That's it.
and then the feeling, man, we felt we was in the arena. We watched everybody coming in. We watched all the people outside coming in. And we watching it and then we saw them. They didn't know we saw them. We saw them coming in and we like, okay, this is what we've been waiting for. They always felt like they was the ones. You know what I'm saying? And we was just we was out there. So and we knew going in, we was it was like an underdog thing, because Wayne this and and everything, and we like you could bring whoever you want. When that music start,
The music will
it's
tell
not just
everything.
New Orleans judging you. This the world judging you. And outside to the world, we ain't nothing nice. And then I think young rappers got to see how performing is. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? On their side, they chilling, they gangster, they do it how they do it. On our side, it's 30 of us. And everybody moving, everybody on step, everybody is into that artist. It's almost like he got 29 hype men. And that's just the way it
that's
is.
how we move.
You know,
Yeah, soldiers. We
yeah,
move.
that's
You
it.
move, I move, just like
I'm that just like that.
that.
Exactly.
Just
And
like that.
and that was the beautiful thing though, man, because we've been all around the United States and around the world, but I felt like this gave the younger generation to see who we are. And I think if you look at after the days have passed, to see all our numbers go up and things like that, because like now they like, wow, that's such and such.
Let's check that
Oh,
out.
and Mia, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia,
Mm-hmm.
Mia, everybody's so caught off guard by how Mia was, right? No, she been doing that. The rule was at No Limit. You didn't want to go up front her on the verse. You didn't want to go after her on the verse. You better handle your business or she
Better
was
do
gonna
what you
kill you.
do.
She was gonna kill you, homie. That's what she do. What y'all saw is what she been doing for 35, 40 years. That's what she been doing. Killing any show possible. The most show-ready professional entertainer you will ever meet. And I think I could say this, and it's not getting pity because she showed she can handle her business, but she's still ill from dealing with cancer and everything.
Yeah.
And before she come on stage, she gotta have medical attention before she can get up and walk and do whatever she need to do.
Wow.
And if that ain't a soldier, dog, to come out there and perform like she performed,
And put in that
I,
work.
I don't want to hear no young artist complaining.
You're right. You're right.
Nope.
It did show the stance in the world, what it means to be a performer.
Yeah, it was, and I'm glad that they got to see it, and I'm glad that it had to be us because it was long overdue.
Yeah.
They talk a lot. So
For me as a viewer, I mean, it was a beautiful and most definitely a powerful thing for hip hop culture itself. But I was so happy that y'all, Cash Money and No Limit,
yeah,
had that moment to grandstand and perform in the essence of music up front of the culture and the viewers and the fans, and actually get that moment, because like you said, for years there was a lot of conversations and the love for the art, and I think that's one of the biggest takeaways.
that's the huge. For us, New Orleans would be number one, but a close number one, a 1B, was be the culture. You didn't see nobody fighting. You didn't see no fights, no shootings, no nothing. That's what rap is, man. It's not what people try to make it out to be.
Yeah,
Because trust me when I say this, we had real ones on that stage on both sides.
of
I'm
course.
talking I'm talking about real ones that would not blink to cease your existence.
Oh, I
And
know.
and, and everybody looked, hey man, we here to do what we gotta do. And then I think to watch all of them cross the line and come and we all shaking hands and whatever, I think that was big for us as black people to see two guys like them two, one man, all that over the years and the separation, for P to walk across that stage and shake his hand and he shake and hug P back. It says a lot on morals and ethnics, that we need to have as black people. You know what I'm saying? To say no matter what you're doing, we can get along.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fight. We don't have to snake each other. And I think that was another thing that I was wishing people see. Two black men that arguably own the two biggest
Biggest.
groups and labels ever. And they can walk across stage as a black man knowing it's been deaths between our camp with people on the outside of us
Yeah.
that lost their life, and a lot was going on, and to see two black men walk across stage and shake each other hand, and the rest of us as black men doing the same thing, and there's no punches drawn, there's no guns drawn, there's no knives, no nothing, and it ended that night that way, and nobody went home. It was no problems. Even the fans, it was
No
no
problem.
problem.
No
And
incident.
they was assuming we got there. They had the sheriffs,
Of
they had
course.
the Vegas police and SWAT. You
Look
hear
at
what I'm
that.
saying? And I'm glad they were disappointed that
I'm
nothing never
straight
happened,
up. Straight up.
because we capable of black people to be that way. We just have to see it, and we have to understand it.
I completely agree. Now, from doing music then, what is some of the things that keep you motivated and grounded in musical sense now? Like we listen to a lot of your music now and you don't come off dated, you don't come off like if someone didn't know who you were and heard it, it wouldn't like, yo, that's old. What keeps you grounded in the craft that you do as a whole?
I've never I've never disrespect the younger generation. I study them, and I study music, and I study styles, because that's part of who I am. Where I know I can rap a lot of styles. Like I tell people, I learned to rap on the East Coast, but I use a Southern dialect. I use my Southern words, but my rap style is more East Coast. And so over time, people that I like, I studied their style. And so now that I've gotten older, my thing now is, and I'll say this, I can't curse, so I got to say it the right way.
You could curse if you want.
Oh, I can.
Oh yeah, you sure can.
Well, you know what keep me motivated? It's a lot of people ask I won't bust on songs. I
I,
won't give it to them. So I decided to be more lyrical. I like Jay-Z, so I studied. I like Nas, I studied. I like Scarface, I studied. I listen to the little babies and the Rod Waves, and go into the younger people, you know what I'm saying? And I studied, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sound crazy. I was a fan of Kwame. I didn't wear the polka dot shirts. You know what I'm saying? I love Redman. I love Method Man, who was one of my favorite. LL was my favorite of all times. So I studied. And so now what keeps me motivated is the worst thing a lot of the young generation could have did, and they gonna pay a price for it real soon. I promise you, with all, not in a bad way. They was like, these old dudes need to get out the way.
yeah, yeah, they
And
wildin'. They
so
wildin'.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm not only gonna just do music, is I still want to be the best. I want to be known as one of the best to do it. I get my respect as being legendary from the South, but my thriving is to put out that album. Everybody search for that one album. You know what I'm saying? And some say I had it in life insurance, some say that with the next level. Nah,
My man said, nah.
I want that Blueprint album. I want that Me Against the World, that Machiavelli album. I want that Diary album. You know what I'm saying? I want Nas second album.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
God.
written.
Oh, I want that. So I'm striving for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm motivated to still bust people ass. So when I get youngsters that want to feature, I tell them straight up, and they'll tell you I say this: don't let me bust your ass, because I'm coming to do it. I'm coming to
that's
take your
that's
song.
what we coming to do.
I want to take your song. I'm taking your song. It's gonna be better for you,
But
but
I'm coming. But I'm
I'm
coming.
coming. And then I like it because rap is the most egotistical sport in the world. Everybody feel they the best. If you don't do this. If
That's
you don't feel like you one of them, do not do this. It ain't for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
nah.
And
That's real
so
talk. That's real
and
talk.
that's what motivates me, man. And then I have more to say. I do feel like I have an obligation to speak to my young people. Like, I have a project, Colored in Babylon, coming. The
Okay.
title says everything, Colored in Babylon,
Colored
you
in
know.
Babylon.
And so, and that album I'm gonna use to speak to my young people. You know what I'm saying? So as well as I could build my name and continue rebranding and building, I'm gonna be able to speak. Because when I'm done, I don't want to look back and say I didn't say something. I want to be the little quiet
That's
old
what's up.
man, chilling in good weather and relax and be able to look back at it all. And I don't want to say, damn, I should have said, I should have put that in. I should have did a song like that. So I'm on a thing right now, man. I do a song a day. This whole year I've done a song a day.
Nice. Keep your
So
pen sharp.
at the end of the year, 360, I will have over 360 songs.
There you go. There you
And
go.
it keeps you sharp. It keeps you
It
sharp.
sure does. It sure does. And it also keeps you not only sharp, but it keeps the appreciation for what this all means. I think a lot of artists lose or don't
They
gain the true
forget.
appreciation of
Money and business
money
make
and
them forget. When
yeah, man.
Pac said it in Unconditional Love, he said, after all the lights and screams scatter, only my dreams matter. And in the beginning, we all dreamed. I remember laying on my bed at night after I prayed to my God before I went to sleep, because my mama didn't play that. You had to take a bath and you had to pray, right? I had pictures on my wall of rappers. And after I prayed to God, I looked at each one of them and recited a little of their verse they song I like and said, one day y'all gonna know my name. I got two that I have not met that I'm gonna do what I'm doing and keep doing what I'm doing so they could do like all the other ones did and say, because it's an honor when you walk up to, like I walked up to Scarface, my idol,
Man,
and I
face
was about to
mall?
intro I was about
Man.
to intro I was about to introduce myself. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'll say it, and I don't care what nobody say on here that's watching. Man, I walked away and shed tears, bro, and had to go sit down by myself because I walked up and I was like, I had a chance to walk up to him and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "Serv-On." He said my name, bro. He knew my name, bro. And I talked a little bit, and he was like, "You about to tell me your name? I know your name, man." And after I finished talking to him, KLC was with me. KL was like, it was like, "What's wrong with Sir?" KC, leave him alone. Y'all all understand. And
Leave him
I had to
alone.
go sit down, man, on this little bench, and I cried, man, because I worked. That's what I worked for, to one day be respected by them dudes on my wall. Tretch knew who my name was. I got that picture off. He was one of my favorites. Snoop knew who my name was. I got that off. I miss Just Ice. I have yet. That's one of them.
Okay.
You know what
Okay,
I'm
that's one.
saying?
Who's the other? Who's the other? You said there's
And
two.
KRS-One.
Ah, okay.
Got two of them because
Knowledge reigns supreme.
everybody else, Pac knew my name. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to really talk to him, but he knew my name. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, and Biggie knew my name. Jay knows my name, because I've talked to Jay, and I got to meet him, and I wanted to recite Never Change his whole song, man. But Just Ice, man, and KRS-One. That's the last on the list. And LL. When I met LL, and that really shook me. It shook
Cause,
me
cause
to
that,
a
that
point,
that's that
man.
was one of your favorites, right? LL.
Man, when he said, "Mr. Serv-On, what's happening with you?" And I'm like the mouth where you like, and I'm like, "Man, your name, James Todd Smith." He said, "Yeah." I said, my name, Edward Corey Smith." He was like, "You serious?" I said, I really was motivated to rap because my girlfriend broke up with me because I did your song "I'm Bad" at a party, and she said I embarrassed her. And I said, one day you gonna be my biggest fan. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be like LL. And he's part of the reason, my motivation. You know what I'm saying? Will my pants leg up? You know what I'm saying? On one side,
One
man,
side up.
I had 2% body fat, man, at one time. No, your number, muscles, abs, everything. It was so. And I wish young rappers dream like that again, and then they will
Yeah.
understand the essence and the purity of it. Don't look at it like I won't be the richest dude. I won't have the most females and this, that, and that. No, strive to be great. Be
Yeah.
forever. Be forever.
Word
My
up.
kid, my great kids, grandkids can look up and see that they grandfather had a number one album in the world, number five album in the world. A Gucci Man made songs about that. Then when they first heard the Migos, the first song they was on was called "Mr.Serv-On." So it's like young rappers strive to be forever. The money and all that gonna come with it. Work hard enough, the money and the fame gonna come, but thrive to be forever, man. And
That's right.
that's what those dudes on my wall. They pictures out of magazines. That's what it was about. One day they know my name because that mean I did my job.
And you still doing your job, and you still
Oh,
doing
definitely.
your
I got
job.
KRS-One to get to, man, and Just Ice, man. You
And you
know,
completed. You mentioned colored in Babylon. I know you've been working on so much different projects, and you have other. Is there any other projects that you working, or music that you got cooking, or got out for those that might not know?
sophisticated situations is going to be game changing. Thank you to Miss J who came in who I didn't know her from a midget in Kansas City, but I she was genuine. She's the most trustworthy, caring. She didn't just come for opportunity. You know, she prays for me. She teaches me how to pray. And so she was the right person. And she believed in me like, yo, it's not over. What you doing?
Yeah.
And so we put together sophisticated situations. Let me tell you something. She might as well rap the words because she did everything, everything, man. And her and Mr. Jackson, you know what I'm saying, along with yourself, you know what I'm saying, making that album possible. And I think that's gonna be, see, that's in the mode of LL. That whole album is
That
in the
whole
mode of LL. You
you
know,
you
it's
you
it's
make reference. You make a reference in the song of that
yeah,
whole situation.
yeah.
Yes.
When I said first song I learned from in the end is Rock the Bells, yeah.
Yeah. You
You
make
know, but
reference.
But the thing about it is that album is going to be something different. It's going to be something grown for my age bracket. And I think it's going to touch on what we all avoid talking about, which is relationships, dating again, and love and stuff like that. But it's going to be mature and I'm proud of it. But we also added my book to it now to enhance it to make sure Miss J what she worked hard on that it gets everything it needs. So we taking the name the book Sophisticated Situations, which had poetry and erotic poetry in it, because it was her idea to take a lot of poetry stuff and turn it into songs
Song.
of my book. I mean, she's extraordinary, man. I mean, anybody work with her, man, they're blessed and don't mess that up.
Don't
If
mess that
if
up.
you if you get a chance to work with her and work with yourself, don't mess that up
Yeah.
because I'm in a position because of you guys to let the world see me in a way that they, not the angry guy. You know what I'm saying? They get to really hear, that intellectual guy when it comes to females and life and situations. So that album is going to be different. It's going to be something that I think is needed.
Yeah.
It's,
Yo, just speaking of the genuine of Miss J, I remember her calling me and we on the phone and she's like, yeah, I've been having a conversation and talking some music stuff with this guy. Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I think his artist name is like Serv-On or something. I'm like Miss J, Mr. Serv-On.
she didn't know.
She was like, yeah. I said, you don't know who that is? She was like, no. I was like, this Mr. Serv-On from No Limit. She said, I've been talking to him for months.
Yeah, but the funny part about it, I like that. You know why I liked it? Because she was genuine
She
from
was
okay,
genuine.
I heard it, your music and I like what you're doing. And so it was like it wasn't, oh my God, this serve on, let me act
Yeah.
this way. She would get on me even before she really realized it. She would get and still get on me. Like, if she haven't heard from me in 2 days, she texted me, what's going on? What's the problem? I feel like and I feel now I don't want to be emotional. I lost my sister like 6 years ago, right? And she was my oldest sister. She was the oldest of us. I was the baby. And I feel like God just said, okay, I got something for you. You're missing your sister. And he gave me an older sister. You know what I'm saying? And because I can talk to her about anything, she'll just check on me, don't be music, and just say, hey, you okay? What's
Yeah.
going on? She could tell the difference in my voice,
Yeah.
when I answer the phone or whatever. But she stay on me like my older sister used to be, and I respect that. And then she's brought a spirituality in me that she learned that I was trying to build my spirituality, my one with God again. And so, I mean, and her prayers are so strong, bro. My guy, Big Tuck, I think I could say this. He was going to court. We was in Tampa, and we didn't know if they was gonna give him some days, some months, some years. And I called Miss J, and she immediately texted a prayer. And I read it to him before we went in. And when he came out, he said, "Man, Miss J could get anything I have, man, whatever I owe her." He said, "Because I got more confidence in her prayer," and that's what she do. You know, she will drive you up a wall. I
Oh
love her
yeah,
to
yeah,
death.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She
Yeah,
will.
you won't push her in front of moving low plane, but I'm gonna tell you something though, man. You want somebody that gonna believe in you and believe in you, and she ain't got a hand out for nothing.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? We'll believe in you to the end, man. Anybody out there that needs somebody, that wants somebody that's gonna work with you, believe in you. You got to put the work in for her, with her.
yeah.
But you got somebody that's gonna believe in you. But I feel sorry for Mr. Jackson because it's music all
Oh,
day,
day.
man. Oh, that's why when I get around them, I'm going to hang with Miss Jackson, Mr. Jackson. I'm gonna deal with her, and me and Mr. J go and do something, man.
Shout
But
out to Tim Dog. Shout out to
yeah,
Tim
man,
Dog.
that's my guy. He know about the midgets, so you know. But yeah, that's my guy though, man. Because even him, man, she's opened up her world even with him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And she is great, man. I mean, I could talk about her all night, man. You know her even better than me. You know, it's hard in this business. Me and you been in this business a lot of years. Somebody to be honest and have a pure heart in this
yeah.
business. How,
It's
how many films you could count on 10 fingers that you could really find like that, like talking about it?
yeah.
You know,
No, it's real talk, and not saying something to just make my mood. Like say something that's genuinely in the aspects of the benefit of the growth. Like that's her. That's
she
her.
work harder than you for you.
Yeah, she do. Some you know how many times I gotta slow her down for things. I'm like, Miss J, chill, like
Chill, slow
chill
down.
out, cause she be
Because I
on.
need you. Because we go up here and just do all this and it just blow clean out the water. I need you alive because she works hard, man.
She
You
do.
know what I'm saying? And you know this business, man. You pray for someone that will work hard for you genuinely,
Yeah, you do.
and she works for you and with you. You know
She
what I'm
sure
saying?
does.
That's why I don't like even when sometimes people act funny with it here and there, whatever. They don't understand. Like I might see you, and for her, we move furniture for her.
My man,
You
my man. You
understand what
see,
I'm
he wearing
saying?
fatigues, y'all.
You know,
I'm in a
and
soldier.
she's somebody when you say, "Hey, your needs and your wants," that's a need, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And
yeah,
so I'm happy to be able to deliver this album to her, and because I want her, because it's about the accomplishment with her. And this album, "Sophisticated Situation," is a big accomplishment, but I want her to have every dollar possible, man.
Miss J said this is the Serve interview, not Miss Jackson show.
See, stop telling me. Look, I can say it because she can't get to me. Stop telling me what to do, Miss Jackson. I do what I want to do.
She gonna call you right after
I
this.
know, bruh. I know, man. I
She gonna
know.
call you
Man.
right after this. On
But
on
people,
on
yeah,
your
go ahead.
on your social media, you give a lot of political information and insight to a lot of people. How important you think it is understanding the political arena or atmosphere for even the younger aspects of hip hop culture.
When Martin Luther King and a lot of them, Medgar Evers, a lot of them in the civil rights movement, they was kids. A lot of the major civil rights movements sitting in Walgreens, Woolworth, getting beat up, getting thrown, they were kids, man.
Yeah, they
And
were.
so I feel like a lot of times I hear with black people, our vote don't count. That's a lie. You look at this government shutdown right now. It's not about the president. It's about Congress. You voted these people, and when you didn't vote and didn't know who you were voting in, we're paying the price. And recently, in New Orleans, we had a mayor's race, and I did a lot of that to get black people to get engaged in politics to learn. And I was so proud, even though my candidate, Royce Duplessis, who's going back to the Senate, in Louisiana, to Congress in Louisiana, he didn't win. But what I was most proud of, I started having black people talking about politics, bro. Learning politics, learning what legislation mean, learning who actually represents your district, and not just either not voting or voting. Understand that people died for your right to vote.
Yeah.
you know and that's why I speak about it a lot, because I want them to see where my favorite rapper talking about politics. Let me look at my own city and see if my councilmen doing what they supposed to do for my district. Let me learn about what the your clerk of court is. So when you go to jail, if you go to court, your family could go to the clerk of court and get your paperwork
Yeah.
and get another lawyer to look through it. A lot of black people don't know what the clerk of court is, or the treasurer, or the alderman, or what I'm saying, who's head of the council. You know what I'm saying? All they know is they come around every 4 years and look for my vote.
Yep.
It's time that black people, we can't complain about, like people complain about Donald Trump. You can't complain about that if you don't know the game, that a president is a figurehead. Congress and the Senate really run this country.
Run. Yes.
And guess who votes Congress and the Senate in? We do.
We do.
So if you put the right ones in, then maybe the things that we need in our communities will get them. And so I want black people to, it's a thrive of mine now where it's a fascination that I want black people to learn politics. I need them, because guess what? Some black person might have that young man or that young lady that's 14, 15, that will probably can be the next mayor, governor of their state, or next senator or Congress, that make the right bill to better our communities. So if they learn politics, instead of turning around saying, be a rapper, be a basketball player, go take political science. I want you to be a politician. You know what I'm saying? And so I want us to get more into politics, because we the only ethnicity race that don't take politics serious. And so that's why I was doing that.
I respect that.
Then I was learning myself, because my goal is to raise our own politicians now. I want young people from our cities, inner city, get them to college, get them working in the court system and everything else, and learning everything they need to learn, and then have the money and the funds to put behind them to get them in the office. Because if we get enough in the office that understand where we from and our struggles and our plights, imagine what changes could come.
Yep. So much.
So much.
So
We have
much.
to learn to play it. No disrespect, and I don't play the race game, because racism is a coward's disease to me. But we have to play the game that they play. They push their kids to go be congressmen and senators, because guess what? They want to keep things the way they want to keep things.
Yep.
So how do we fight that?
Gotta have an inside.
We get more. There you go. We get more lawyers. We get more congressmen. We get more senators. We get more councilmen. You know what I'm saying? And all of us got starting to make enough money where now we can be the ones to contribute to those campaign funds to put the people in office that's going to be better for our communities. So politics is a thing right now I'm getting deep into. I'll never run. I couldn't do it, because I'll be fighting. You're not gonna disrespect me
You ain't
like
gonna.
they get disrespect, man. Nah.
Yeah.
But I want more black people to take part in politics and talk about politics, man, and learn.
Nice. Now I had to ask. I had to ask. 'Cause I really appreciate your commentary and how you approach that. You also have a morning show.
Yeah, yeah. Don,
Let's
my
talk
my
about
guy,
this.
my guy Don P knew I wanted to get in media. And, of course, I got to get in talks with you guys after this, where we no longer friends until we get our, because you guys, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll
Okay.
let y'all announce it. But, so I wanted to learn before I come talk to y'all. And so I get on there, man, and I like it and I love it, because it's the Don P Morning Show, the Morning Brew. And since I've been on there, man, the numbers have went up, and now we got 4 syndicated radio stations across Louisiana want to pick us up. And so we're not gonna stop there. We gonna keep pushing because I love what Steve Harvey is. I love what Ricky Smiley is. I love what DLU we have, and I really want to get into that arena of media. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm starting to learn under him,
Nice.
until I turn to shoe radio. You know what I'm saying? If they'll one day would have me, but so we could do Let's Talk with Sir because that's where them videos come from. So I've been building it. P taught me well, build it and keep building and keep
Keep building.
building.
That's the key.
Excuse me, I got a cold.
No problem.
But yeah, you got to say that because they'll think I'm going out slow lane. No, serve not
He
like that.
said, he
Serve,
said you got to
serve
make
might drink some tequila and and visit Bob Marley every once in a while, but nah, none of that other stuff, man.
You're not skiing.
Yeah, no, no, no. We ain't skiing. But you got to say that as a rapper, dude. You got to if you're sniffing, you got to say, hey, nah, I got a
I
cold,
got a
man.
cold.
And,
Disclaimer.
or you got to watch yourself and say pause. Man.
Nah, that's cool. And for the and for the morning show, for those that possibly want to tune in, what's the time? What's the do the
seven to
splash?
7 to 9 every morning. Don P, you follow Don P Radio Show on Instagram, and it's 102.3 WHIV. WHIV. I was
No.
like, boy, when I saw that HIV, I said, I don't know if I want to go here. But no, he's been around. Don was big time in Atlanta, and in the Bayou of Louisiana, and he's really been putting it down. And I would come on here and there, and he wanted to really co-host my segment of Let's Talk with Sir from the videos. And then he was like, let's do a segment. And then he decided to be like, let's do a co-host. And we've been doing well. I've been really paying attention and learning and, learning. You already know how to do all of that. I'm still learning how to be a host and media host and stuff. But I like it, man, because one thing I've always liked, man, I love debate. Tell me what you're gonna say, and if I disagree, my job is my job. I'm gonna drive you till you agree. And so I like debating with him, and then I really get to say openly out how I'm feeling about life and about things that's going on to make a difference, even to make somebody day better.
Better.
Because they laugh at me. We have the Brew Crew, and got www.brewbucks where you can go in there and get some nice coupons and things like that for different things or whatever services. But the Brew Crew is big, and now we got the midday Brew Crew because of the new shows that we having. And I'm about to try to talk him into doing, evening Brew Crew or whatever, whatnot. But I think we're building something special, you know, and I like it. I really truly like it, man, because I always listen to Steve Harvey and I study. I listen to Ricky Smiley's show and and things like that and DL Hewley and all them. And I watch Breakfast Club. I watch Nori them show,
Yeah.
because that's what I said earlier, and I tell youngsters right now, study.
Study.
What Master P name, people say Master P, right? And he'll tell you the story. And I never doubt that I wasn't there where the teacher said, call him Master Percy or whatever. But I remember him telling me Master P means I study what you do and I master it and I do it better and I outwork you. And I will tell young people, don't hate, ask questions, learn. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you want to do, what they're doing, learn and you work harder. Master what they do.
Yep.
If you work at McDonald's, and this may sound crazy, and I tell any youngsters their first job at McDonald's, don't just go in there and work. Learn how to run each part of that kitchen. Learn how to run that register. Learn how to run that paperwork and invoices when them trucks come in. Learn everything about that restaurant. Because what if one day you're given $2 million and say what you know how to do best, and you
What?
can open it up.
There you go.
You know everything how to run McDonald's, and people gonna say, "Man, that's dumb." No, it's not. Because if you got your credit together, you already know how to run McDonald's, and you come out and get your 200,000. A franchise costs you 150, 100. Now you're not paying nobody to run your. You know how to do it,
Yep.
and that's why So everything master. Ask questions, humble
Ask.
yourself, and learn.
There's three currencies. It's knowledge, money and time, man.
There it is.
Those are the
I
three. Those are three currencies, man. So always keep learning. Keep the bank full. Keep the
do.
bank full.
I study you. I study when I watch you doing interviews, when you're playing music and how you talk with people in the chat and how they feel about their song when you playing songs. I study you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm humble enough to understand, like, but he been doing this for I've been doing this for a while. So I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna watch, because I want to be good at it. I want to win. I always want to be at the top. If I can't be the top, I want people to be thinking he coming. And
Straight,
that's this a new world for me. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make a difference the same way I did with my lyrics.
straight up. Straight up. Now, instead of asking you what you got cooking or what's coming up next, I want to change that. I want to change that because you've been on the show and there's one question, and I'm gonna ask that one question that we ask everybody. I'm gonna ask you that, but compared to instead of what you got going on next, my question to you is where and what do you want people to remember of Mr. Serv-On?
Mm. I want you to remember my music, definitely, right? I want you to remember my lyrics, definitely. But most of all, man, I want you to be able to look at and say he cared more about us than he did himself. You know, I want people to see my kids, and when they see my kids and they find out that's Mr. Serv-On, it warmed my heart recently, and part of it is came true the weekend of verses. My daughter was at Gremlin and Jackson State game in Vegas too. My daughter was there when I was there. Crazy to run into your daughter in the city, you know.
Word.
And she like, Dad, I'm like, Aaron, you know. And so, but she was at the game and they was watching verses during the game. They had parts of it, and they were talking, her and her friends, like, where your dad? There he is, right there. And somebody behind her was like, who's your dad? And she was like, oh, they was like, she wouldn't say nothing because the kids, they I tell them, live your life.
Yeah, yeah,
I want you to accomplish what you need to accomplish on your own, not because of your father. And your friends told them, and they asked to take pictures with her. Just kept asking to take pictures, 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 pictures. And then at the same time, somebody was like, I know your dad. I went through something, and your dad, was there for me. He kind of looked out for me, gave me advice, and then he showed up in Jackson, Mississippi, and he was there for me, help raise money or whatever. Anything that you need, I got you. Whatever you're doing, if you need help along the way, I got you. That's what I want. I want people to be able to walk up and they find out that's my kids. Like, your dad was good people's. Anything you need or any way I could be there for you, because your father was there for us. Because my late mother, God bless her soul, she was a person of service. She was a woman of God, and so she believed in serving others and being there for others. And I want to be of service. I want to be remembered that you know my name might be on buildings when I'm all said and done, because they will be, but I want inside those buildings that everybody got a chance to feed their family and be there because of me. So I have a greater goal in when I'm no longer here. My goal no longer here to know, and I want to be better with God, and I want to do what I'm supposed to do by God, is to be able to help people. I might can't feed the multitudes, but I will try.
I
Like we're
respect
going
it.
through this shutdown right now. Like we're going through this shutdown right now. My mind is not on my deals that I got that's coming and everything that's going on. My mind is on the people that won't get that government assistance right now. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what I can do to help make sure they have a Thanksgiving. See, that's what I want to be remembered by, that, he cared about his people. And then I wasn't afraid to teach somebody how to be better and how to get better. So those are things, man. I want my music, but I want to be remembered as somebody that he helped me. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
And that's what I want, man. I want to be. I looked at the Rosa Parks. I looked at all of them, the W.E.B. Du Bois, and so many of them. Martin Luther King, Medgar, all of them, and things like that. They lost their life before they was able to achieve and finish it all. So if God grant me to finish it all, then I want to leave behind a legacy that not just generational wealth and money, yes, for my kids and my family and whatever, but I want to leave behind a legacy of this is how I want my son to be. He was respectable when you saw him. He was able to help people. He was there for people. He educated people. And that's what I want to be. I want to be a standard of what a black man should be,
Nice.
and that's it.
We're in the era of everyone getting their flowers, right? And
Yeah.
here on MJMG Presents by SHU Radio, we don't give our flowers, we give our honor, because honor lives forever, but flowers do die. And I want to take this time to give you a round of applause first and foremost, and give you your flower, your honor, and I give you your honor in the sense of, with everything going on, we know how the phones is ringing right now. We know how the phones is ringing, and the selflessness to even in that question saying how much you want for others is a very big thing. So even in our day-to-day life, even through our transitions and our journeys through life, from music to personal, you still hold and maintain the ideas and the concept of giving back to the people. And a lot of people in situations like yourself right now, who basically got the options of turning down calls and business deals coming in left and right. I just wanted to take this time to give you your honor, man. That's most definitely a stand-up thing. It's also a great example when people get into situations,
Excuse me.
or get the presented the opportunities, to not forget not only where they came from, but where people are where they are. So I just want to give you a round of applause
Man, I
on that.
thank you. I appreciate it, man. I want to set a standard, bro. I want to set a standard of I've never been a rapper to go at anybody. You know what I'm saying? I want rappers to be smarter. I want athletes to be better businessmen. You know what I'm saying? I want our people to care about each other, bro. If we get rid of conflict resolution, you know how strong we could be. If we learn to collaborate and not compete,
Yeah.
collaboration over competition. Do you
Yes.
understand?
What we
You
can do.
know, and I do have to say this. I know you're about to move on, and I want people to understand out there. You know how much money we're worth against the economy, especially coming up at the end of this month. If
Yeah.
we don't spend a dollar in these stores, what we can do,
Yep.
how strong we are. You know, it was a certain leader in history that I won't say his name because I felt he did horrible things, but he said one thing. He said, the West stole God's greatest diamond. He was talking about black people. Horrific things he did, I could never respect who he was.
Yeah.
But when I heard that in the speech, and if that don't wake us up and understand what we about, and I want to be part of that wake up. When people say woke, I'm not talking about woke. Everybody screaming, "You got to be woke! You got to be
Yeah.
woke!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, homie, we got everything. We got the best lawyers, we got the best accountants, we got the best real estate agents, we got the best social workers, we got the best doctors. Why are our communities still the way they are? Because we don't have a sense of giving back and a sense of service and have a commitment to say, I want to ride through that area and smile. I want to be able to pull over on every block and just say hello to people because it's safe. I want to watch our kids graduate from high school. I
Hmm.
want to watch them open their businesses. I want them to pass those businesses on. I want our people to not laugh at the little kid with the glasses on like I had and the computer and call him a nerd and laugh at him. I want them to respect him and say, I need him to achieve because I'm gonna be okay if he achieve. So I got a lot of work to do, man. And and I feel like when I leave this world and if it's God says my time, I at least want to set the foundation if I don't finish it somebody gonna be enthused to finish it and say, "Serve, I got it." And that's my purpose, man. That's my
Nice.
purpose.
I love it, man. I love it. That's a purpose that's most definitely well needed and wanted. Before we let you go,
Hmm.
if you could look back at the younger Serve and tell yourself something, anything, what would that be?
Give me a midget stripper. No, um, no, really and honestly, to be more financially literate, more educated than what I know I was. You know, because I tried to save the world. I tried to save the world with a half a loaf of bread, if that makes sense to anybody. I tried to feed the world with a half a loaf of bread instead of creating and teaching them how to make their own bread and how to go get their own fish.
Mm,
You know, and I wish I would have did more financially in the right way, you know, and didn't understand that saying that $100,000 car I bought, I should have had my businesses. I could have leased that car. I could have made it work for me. I could have did, you know, I could have helped more if I would have understood more. You know what I'm saying? And take education serious like I did later, which put me back where I'm at. And so the younger Serv would have said, learn more, read more, you know, ask more questions, you know, and my mother was a hard worker, so I've always worked hard, but I always
gotcha.
feel like I should have been even more so. Sometimes I took time off when I accomplished something, and now I never take time off. I just imagine how the younger Serv would have been like, okay, I see now. You know, the younger Serv would do 32 songs and turn his album in and be like, I'm
I'm
cool to the
done.
next
I'm
time.
alright.
I got time. And time is your greatest, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the greatest thing that was ever given to you. What you gonna do with it? You know, because the older Serv know I'm gonna outwork you, and I have a plan, and I'm prepared, and I understand. The younger Serv wanted to be in clubs. The younger Serv like fighting. You know, the younger Serv just, you know, I would just tell myself, stop, calm down. God has blessed you. You're on the biggest label in the world. What you gonna leave behind? A hot song for right now, or you gonna leave behind a plan for everybody to come up? You know, and the younger Serv would have had that. If the younger Serv had the knowledge I have right now, bro, I know it's so much more I would have did. I'm not done,
Yeah,
but
most definitely not
I
done.
wish I would have told a younger Serv, be able to tell a younger Serv, like, your people, bro, that's your people. Whether you related to them by blood, where you come from, every black community in the United States, that's your people.
That's your people.
That is your people. Make sure your people okay. Not buy them a pound of weed and cars and jewelry and things that I did for my friends. No, set them up to be able to also give back and give us more of us going back into the community.
Community.
You know, because they call it a hood, man, and I don't like that word because hood stand for hoods, and that's for hoodlums. You know, and everybody else call it community. Our stuff called a hood, and everybody see that short for neighborhood. The word hood is from Italians. You know what I'm saying? They call them hoodlums, hoods, criminals. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I'd have been the one that so people can know that this is a black community, you know, and we are community and we are village. So
My
that's I
man.
think that's what the younger Serv would have. If I could tell the younger Serv now, like, slow down, bro. That band's nice, you know what I'm saying, but you can own a Benz dealership in a few years if you chill
If you
and do
chill.
it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would have told him. Like, be a servant, be a better human being, care about the community and the village, because the village gonna love you back. Even
Straight
when you
up.
don't have nothing, the village always take you back.
And the village, you feed the village
Yeah,
will feed the
feed
people.
you. The field will feed the people. And
Yes.
when I'm dead and gone, I know for a fact They will remember. I will set an example of what, young man, let me show you who you need to be. Let me show you why that building is right there for you. Let me show you why these houses and these single mothers can have their own houses, because he did it and that's how he did it. And and that's what I would have told a younger serve that had $400,000-500,000 checks and could call anybody, call California and have them send $20,000 worth of clothes so we can go to Miami and New York. And when it's all said and done, maybe one of those people I used to make sure they enjoyed their life call my phone now. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'd have took care of that village, because a lot of them in my community still call my phone. We need you. Can you help here? Can you help there? They never stopped. Or do you need this? Do you need that? When my mother passed, my village was there. Not those. Not a lot of those people that I made sure they was all right.
All
So I
right.
would tell the younger one, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's me. So but that's what I would do,
I get
man.
it. I get it. My brother, before I let you go, I want to leave the floor for you if there's anybody you want to shout out, any words you want to leave to our viewers, whether it's on the MJMG Presents app or our viewers on Instagram, anything you want to share and say, my brother, I'm going to leave the floor to you
Oh
right now.
man. First of all, that's with to Miss Jackson. She has been a light. She's been a beautiful light, a spirituality of righteousness of what this game used to be and what it should be. So definitely want to thank MJG. Of course, you definitely, my brother, because, I mean, nobody knows all the stuff you do behind closed doors. They just see the interview. And I always told you, be proud of who you are because what you've done, you black media. We have media now because of guys like you. Don't ever forget what you really are. Something that we dreamed in my heyday of music to have. Now we have it in you guys. So don't take that for granted of who you are. And of course, to my kids right now, two of my kids, Ian and Aaron, they lost their grandfather. He passed a day ago.
Sorry for your
Um,
loss.
yeah, he taught me how to be a father. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I feel for them because they was grandbabies. They love their grandfather. And to the family of Young Bleed, because they gave us word that he passed. Yesterday. And he did get to do what he loved. You know what I'm saying? So please out there, man, do what you love, man. The Don P. Morning Show, Morning Brew crew, man. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all for accepting me. Especially the wife and the kids, man, and for putting up with me and everything that I bring to the table, being who I am. Definitely. And then just everybody on social media. Let's learn to respect each other. It's just an app. And to my young people out there, please never be afraid to be great. It's your right and it's your destiny.
Talk to
Go
him.
for become who you need to become. And I believe in you. If anybody out there trying to make something happen and nobody believe in you, play this back fun Spud and let them know I believe in you. I believe y'all can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And that's where it starts. You believe in God and believe in you. And that's all the two people you need right now to do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And you just become what God has blessed you to be. And that's what I leave them with. And sophisticated situations,
That's right.
please. And we got something coming called a groove, which will be, once I explain it all to you guys, it's gonna help everything you guys doing. That I want to give a shout out to them, to Shannon, Big Tuck, Miss Monique. That's the groove. It's the branding. It's a situation I didn't get to talk about, but that's coming. I can't announce certain things right now, but
Yeah. Yeah. We
just
we
know just know that, and everybody that worked on sophisticated situations, I want to say thank you very much. Um, and I hope it sound the way you want it to sound. And if anything is not right or anything, come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Give my number, but I think everybody gonna be satisfied when they hear themselves on it and where we gonna take it. And my whole No Limit family, man, We doing our thing. Free Corey Miller. He's an innocent man, and we got some big surprises coming up. Y'all haven't heard the last of No Limit. You know what I'm saying? And Cash Money. So God bless you guys out there, man. And I thank you. And Spud, man, I appreciate it. And Big Bosco. I'm coming to New York, man, so we could do this video, Big Bosco. Big Bosco, we gonna tear it up, homie. I'm coming. I'm coming where you want me at. Be more New York. You could put me on a midget island. We gonna do that
We
video.
going.
Yeah.
It's going.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
happening. It's happening.
We gonna in Glasses Malone. We supposed to be doing something real soon at MJ. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about Michael Jackson. I'm talking about MJ. Miss J
MJ.
has hooked it up. That's gonna be legendary. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all out there, please get at Miss J. When you feel like your career, you got some talent in the shows, and your career is shaky,
She can make some things happen.
she can make you straighten up like your mama came in the house and caught you doing something wrong. Get to MJG, man, and get over here with SHU Radio, man, and Spud and all them, because I think SHU Radio is gonna be the difference, man. They gonna
Pre-
shake the game up, man. So y'all better catch it early.
That's
If
right.
not, y'all gonna be paying me draft to get on it. I'll tell you like that. So catch it early, man. And much love to everybody that was on Sophisticated Situations, Amber, all the rest of them, man.
Shout out to Amber. She
Victoria,
on right now.
man. Everybody, and my boo, you a superstar. You wake up,
That's right.
wake up.
That's
You're a
right.
superstar. But Bosco, if y'all ain't got Bosco album, man, y'all playing out there, man.
Go get it. Go get it.
Y'all playing out there, man. So, but that's it, man. And of course, I shout out my family, and I'm good, man. And God, my
There we go.
spirituality because of Miss J is stronger than ever. I
Shout out to
will I
that.
will not be broken, and that's because she's helped me put that cover over me, man. Y'all, if y'all don't believe in God, find something spiritual to believe in. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, y'all know my story. There's certain things that's gonna come out later about life, certain parts of life for me, and y'all gonna know it was God got me through it, and good people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all enjoy your life, man, and do your thing, man, and look forward to Sophisticated Situations. It's coming. Oh, and the Frenchie song. Yes, my dog Sugar has his own song.
The Frenchie song. That's right.
Yeah, the Frenchie song is coming for everybody. Got French bulldogs. Hey, the Frenchie song is coming, man. Y'all gonna love it. Again, that's by MJG. She just do it all, man. She
That's
do
right.
everything. She do everything but build glass houses, man. So
That's right. All right, my brother. Let me give another round of applause. Thank you for jumping on today. Thank you for your time. I know you had a busy day. May those busy days continue in the progressions that you wish and need, my brother.
definitely, definitely, I appreciate that. And remember, you gave us black media, bro. Please don't take it for granted who you are, my brother.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Once you said that the first time, it made me sit up and like I'm taking that with great honor, man.
yeah, man. Please do, bro.
I surely will.
All
I
right, my
surely will.
brother.
All right, my
God
brother.
bless you, man.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
all
Have a
that's
good
it.
night.
And my cash app. I'm joking. You know that. Y'all be good, man.
All
Peace.
right. Peace.
All right.
Oh, that was super cool, y'all. That was Mr. Serv-On, fresh off the verses of No Limit and Cash Money. He had a very busy day, but he came in and dropped some jewels and sat down with us. I got another song. It's Mr. Serv-On featuring Amber Essence. That's one. I always say this when the song comes on. Serv-On, that's my dude. Super cool, fam, and all that. But that's one record that I was like, damn, I would have shook out on that bad boy. I would have shook out on that one. But if you didn't get anything from today, there was a lot of things that was highlighted. But I want to specifically highlight two things. Dreaming. I think we take dreaming for granted. I really do. I think when we dream, it's not really dreaming. We're counting the rewards of a dream. Some people rap because they see the rapping with the chains and the money and the fame. I think we skip the process of absorbing like every inch of something we love or we want to pursue. We don't dive deep in it. We don't hang it on our walls no more and stare at it. We don't research it as strong as we want it. So dream. Keep the dream flourishing, right? And the other thing was learning. And I think learning gets superficial because of how accessible information is. So we don't learn no more. We wait to chat GBT it, or we wait to Google it, and we wait and we get it fast, and then we just utilize the information, but we don't learn. We pass insight. We get insight and then we pass insight. And I think between learning and dreaming, those two aspects right there, I think we have gotten so comfortable between the two that we are losing the value of it. And he mentioned it a few times. He's always dreaming, he's always learning. Always dream and always learn. Keep that progression going to value not only what you perceive or want to get into, but value you. The man told me, Spud, just now, he said, Spud, you're black media. Don't forget that. And he said it, and when he said it, I took that for granted. Every Monday, 9:30 p.m., I'm here and I do it because I love it. And Mr. Serv-On just said to me right now, Spud, you are black media. Don't forget it. And that's what I mean about the knowledge, y'all, and the dream. Don't forget those two. Stop counting the rewards of what those can be and keep the steps in the journey towards it. Because the true value of success is not the destination. It's the journey. I'm going to say that again. The true value of success is not the destination. It's the journey towards it. It is. Once you get to the destination, that is an accolade. We are so quick to count accolades before we even do the journey. If I'm in school, right, and I'm studying science, or I'm studying school to be a physician, a surgeon. While I'm in school, it might not be hard. It might not be easy. It might be hard, right? But if I stay the course, right? And people say, yo, he's still in school. That is the journey of being successful, right? But once I graduate and I get to my destination and I have that accolade and I have that completion, the idea of success is completed. That is the accolade. If I'm lost in just the accolade of getting here and being the surgeon and not taking the true steps of it, I am failing myself before I even take the measurements and the steps to get to it. So, enough preaching for me today. Last words of it, keep the dream and forever learning. Those two, don't get too comfortable with them. Because those two things right there are the true value of you. With that being said, shout out to everybody that was on tonight. We sat down with Mr. Serv-On of No Limit. He got to chop it up with us about, the verses that he just was sitting in, which was super dope. He gave us some gems. And now what we're going to do, we're going to close it out with this record called Come Here. Mr. Serv-On featuring Amber Essence. Shout it out, y'all. See y'all next Monday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We bring you conversations humanizing the superheroes. All right, y'all. This is Come Here. Enough for me, right? Let's get to the music. Y'all have a good night.
The SHU studio, we get busy.
I try to be professional. Come here. But it seems like it caused a little stress in you. Trying to feel the best in you. Yes. And later on, get to know